Still hauling anhydrous, and looks like the kitty cat made it back home last night. You guys remember in the previous video right here? If you guys don't, go take a look. But I left around 9:45 and this thing wasn't back yet. Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. And today, I'm guessing they had a tire problem on soil finisher, because I see a tire in the shop and I see a jack out there, so they definitely had some sort of tire problem. I don't know where the heck anybody is at. I know the corn tender is up north because it's gone, so Pat must be either planting or starting to plant corn. Nathan is still broke down from yesterday's video, so yeah, he had a vac planter vacuum issues and Pat had sensor issues. So we had all sorts of planting problems yesterday, but I had a good day spraying. No big issues there for the most part. So I think it's about noon. We'll grab a bite to eat here shortly. First, I'm gonna change out some cameras and do some GoPro stuff. Man. So it's never good when you have multiple drops underneath your sprayer. I mean, it's better than a massive puddle, but this one's just, these two are just leaking, it looks like. Probably just getting bad, plungers are. These two are known issues, bad hydraulic tank seal, and then a transmission seal must be going a little bad. This guy I'm a little concerned about. Thought I fixed you yesterday. Where's it coming from? Well, it's coming from a different spot. So yesterday I tightened up those fittings, but now it's coming from a different spot, which I really can't tell. Fittings were leaking yesterday and now it's a different issue. Cool. So Nathan's gonna head back to his bean planter. So we got our dealer out there taking a look at it now. No luck so far, but hopefully they can get him going this afternoon, early this afternoon. Pat's running up at Andrew right now, and Curtis is on his way to Zymit's to put in some waterways. It's definitely getting a little breezy, but that's why I outlined everything last night so I can still finish that field. But now it's time to go eat. She's getting a little breezy, that's for sure, but I think I'll be all right because, like I said, I outlined everything last night in the previous video, so I shouldn't have to worry about drift or anything like that. So I think I'm just gonna get this done. It'll take me about 2 hours to do that. So let's go ahead and put my tools away. I was looking into that radiator leak. I think that it's actually the radiator itself, but only time will tell, I suppose. Nothing's dripped, so I think we're good to go. Load it up, ready to roll. Try to get these acres knocked out. And then I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We might take the side-by-side and go mark those waterways that Curtis is putting in right now. We shall see. So we're going. It's really not too bad out. You can see my spray is going straight down, so that's good. Not seeing very much being kind of blown around, so should be able to knock this all out, hopefully. What I'm doing, like I said, is I'm laying a blanket of residual down. So this is gonna give our corn plants a heads up and should keep weeds at bay for about 3 weeks or so. That's the hope, at least. One thing I'm doing different that I accidentally am gonna just keep rolling with it and try it is I'm going at an angle, slight angle. As opposed to going straight like I normally do with the way that Pat planted, I'm going at an angle because I thought I was on the straight line, but I was actually on the angled line, how the wheat was planted. Whoops. But it'll be an interesting one to try out, because most of this field will be at an angle, but then all the way at the north end I'll be straight. So we'll see if we see a difference at all. I don't think we will, but be neat regardless. Going right around that 16 mile an hour, really getting stuff done. See how this is so lumpy and clumpy? It's not great by any means. So what happened was we hauled a lot of manure here, we chopped here, there's a lot of compaction, a lot of weight. Well, when you chisel that up, especially in the spring, you'll make clumps because it just doesn't dry out as much and there's just a lot of weight to bust up. So, and honestly, we should have chiseled it last fall, or we should have dissed it before we planted it, because this is not good. Oof. But it is what it is. The only way to cure this is going to be a hard rain. And if we don't get a hard rain, we're going to have emergence issues, because those clumps, if they're over the seed trench, then they're basically going to create a barrier that plant won't be able to break through. It'll either die, or it'll take a lot longer to go through it. So we're just hoping for a rain to help save this field. Not good. This is what we'd rather see. See how it's much more powdery, hardly any clumps? Granted, we're on this side of the field, so there's not going to be near as much traffic. As soon as we get over this way, it's going to get more and more clumpy. That's not good. We're definitely going to take a yield hit, that's for sure. And all these suckers keep dripping. Gosh dang it. I'm going to be spending a fortune just to keep it from leaking. But I need to go get some chemical and bring that over to my tender because I'm out. And I need to actually go get some gas too because I looked there and I'm almost out. Oh, you couldn't even see that fun. Sorry about that. Thanks, Budley, for getting this for me, by the way. Let's roll. Load it down. Gas is supposed to go everywhere but inside the thing, right? Right? I meant that. Helped my Uncle Bun get the tractor set up. He's gonna dig out some manure. Just a hard worker, that's what he is at 86. Slap this thing back. It's gonna go right there for now. So I need to get going. So that green in there, we didn't work that because that's a drainage ditch. But this spray that I got on there should kill it. It's a water, I'm not sure, it's a mustard weed in there by the look of it. And the Callisto, or the mesotrione that I got in there should knock that down. That's the hope, at least. We're just rolling along on the last batch. Kurt just called me, he said he needs seed, so I'm gonna have to bring him some seed here shortly. But I'm also gonna run up there in the side-by-side, so I should be able to knock two birds out with one stone, hopefully. Last pass of the flat stuff. So we farm a lot, if not mostly hilly, choppy stuff, but we do have 300 acres of good going ground. That's right here and across the creek. Wish we had more, but beggars can't be choosers. I cherish every time that we do run this ground because it is so nice and flat. And just like that, the first 300 acres of corn will be sprayed in about there. So I'm gonna shut this thing down, jump in the side-by-side and head north. Time to get some other stuff done. Plus she's getting a little breezy. Let my sprayer cool down, so I went and grabbed the Pro 700 out of the combine, which is that's the one I normally use. So I'm gonna boot that up. I gotta reset the monitor and tell it to side-by-side instead of a tractor now. Then while that's happening, go shut that down, grab the receiver off of there, grab the memory stick, slap that thing in here, and we'll call it good. Bun's driving that loader now. He must have got a bucket full. Let me go ahead and slap this thing in the corner and do what I told you guys I was gonna do. Wouldn't it be if I didn't have to fill something up with gas? So I think I got everything hooked up on the side-by-side. We're gonna head north to Curtis. You guys might think I'm crazy, but I really don't want to get windburned. So, see you guys there.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing? You got the Bud Man here. I'm in Macokota here getting some fencing material. As you can see, we got a lot of stuff going on here. What we're going to do here is get 12 braces here. We got 26 6x8s, 11 5x7s, but they're on back order, so I got to come back and get 37 more. 13 rolls of wire, and we got 110 T-posts. Here comes the braces, and we got to get a couple gates on here yet, so. Okay, we got everything loaded up that we needed, that we have on hand. We'll still have to come back and get 13 rolls of barbed wire and 37 5x7 posts. So this will get us a start. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem.
This old 1066 has too much power, which I apologize for the wind. But Curtis noticed that the hitch on this 5300 International drill was cracked out right here. So there's a little clevis that takes this piece to the tractor pin. Well, that cracked out. So he's in there welding. So yeah, this 1066, just too much power. When in, I guess, reality, it's probably just been 15 years since we touched that. So honestly, that didn't do too bad. But now time to go ahead and take the side by side, go around this entire field. It is planted, but that shouldn't matter because Curtis put waterways and reseeded this all. Because if you remember when I was spraying it, oh, you know, the what the heck is it called? Dozer ruts. Whew, I got chapped lips and I literally just put chapstick on. Again, I apologize for the wind, but you guys should go check out that video. Like I said before, we had a dozer come in here and basically rip up this waterway. We had a couple of good cuts coming down this one and this one. So we had a dozer come in, smooth it out, push all the dirt back up the hill. And then what we did is Curtis came down and, well, first he came and soil finished this and basically worked it all down and in. Pat planted it all. And then Curtis came up, worked it again, just the waterways with the harrow, I believe, and then came in and drilled this. So he put like 3 layers down because we want this to be a waterway. We want this to have a heavy root present. We want this to take fast. So we just piled the seed on all these low spots that we had get kind of reworked. So after that, he's gonna come through and pack it. So press it down and really firm that soil up. That's what he's gonna do here in a little bit. And I'm coming through and marking these new waterways in. That way we have them for the sprayer. And like that so far, I'd be willing to take a wager that that guy is not okay. Ooh, I just smell. Nope, he's definitely he'll look up at that. Nice, healthy looking doe right there, a large one. Sitting right in the forest. Slapping her neutral. There goes 2 of them. 3 of them. Guessing mom and 2 babies. Cool. I love this time of year, new life everywhere. Done with the waterways. So let's walk down here and take a look at the oats that's growing. By the way, this is alfalfa. See, like the bushy looking thing? That's good. That's alfalfa. That's what we want. This is grass and dandelions. You can kind of tell the difference as you look down there. Alfalfa's got really good feed quality. Grass is all right. It's not bad by any means, but it's not like alfalfa. And here's our oats. Looks pretty good, actually. Stand's coming up nice and even for the most part. We're just ready to put on our second tiller, I believe. Yep, we got 2 of them out of the ground. That's your second shoot or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't know small grains that well, but pretty neat. So then this summer, what we'll do is this summer, we'll come through and bale this off more than likely. And then alfalfa is growing right below it, or growing right behind it. So the oats will come up first, the alfalfa will be behind it. And then once we harvest the oats, that gets the alfalfa its chance to grow in and grow thick and nice and dark green like this. So a little bit more and we'll be done. Then we gotta head to Andrew with the drill. That'll be fun. He's gonna take off in the 10. There's the welds that were fixed. Now I'm gonna take off in the 190. Let's roll. Oh. Neighbors out there giving her heck in a sprayer. Ooh, I wouldn't want to be spraying in this wind personally, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. So I'm pretty wide. I'm like 15 feet wide here, so I gotta be careful, especially when I'm cresting hills, and especially when I get to the bridge back there. It's a very narrow bridge. I'm gonna take up all of it. This is what I mean, very, very narrow. And then no shoulder up ahead, so I gotta take the whole road again. Yay! There's the neighbors. Similar sprayer as us, 3230. I guess I shouldn't say neighbors. This is actually the company we buy some of our seed corn from. Local seed corn company. Got a lot going on here. They got cattle, pretty good size seed business. I actually did tasseled here for a couple summers as well. Those of you guys who don't know, detasseling is how they actually kind of breed the corn or get the right genetics in the corn. So if you want a tall, stout corn plant, you take a variety that's tall and you take a variety that's stout and you cross them. So how you do that is you have just like female, or just like human anatomy, you have male and female plants. What you do is you pull the tassel off the female plants, so that way they can only be bred by the male plants. So like I said, it's kind of neat. Agri-science. I got a cousin that's got a PhD in crop genetics, so it's kind of neat. Chickens! chickens. We're starting to get a little bit of rain, which we could use it. I mean, we are dry. I'm not gonna curse it. We could use the rain. Pulling in the lane. Big old drill. Good thing we widened this out as best we did. This is a pretty narrow lane. And because the two contact points on the tires are as wide as they are, if you are too low on the outside, you can bridge in the center. So I can be scraping discs and whatnot because they're only 4 inches off the ground. You can be scraping them if you're not careful. So I'm just taking my time going down this lane. Pat's filling up with seed. He should be about ready to get going on the next field. Pat's filling up with seed right now. He's doing it all by himself, so it looks like fun. Let's go give him a hand. Got him all full of seed. He's ready to take off. He's probably gonna start up his vacuums here shortly, which that's what they are actually right now. I can just hear the whine of the vacuum. You can probably see dust. So he's gonna start up. I'm gonna head over to the waterway. There he goes, more seed going on the ground. Let's head over to the waterway. That right there is what we don't want. There's not much we can do because we literally got this new waterway dozed out and seeded like last year, but the soil up here just erodes so dang easy. Kind of sucks, but I suppose what do you do? It probably doesn't help when the neighbor up there doesn't have a fully waterway and has a massive gully, but I suppose what do you do? There's Pat planting away. Yeah, we're getting more and more sprinkles. Like I said, this is just enough rain to tick you off. You'd rather either have it rain or don't. But, yeah, whatever. Look at that planter frame flex. Needed in the hills. So what's cool about this planter is it's electric drives. So it's individual row shutoffs. So what that means is, don't ever pull on, but as it goes through, it turns on and turns off every row individually. So I'm waiting for my phone to pull up. For some reason he's not there, but you'd be able to see all these rows turn on and off. Like that outside row is just now turned on, I bet. Off like a herd of turtles, 5 miles an hour. That's all we do with that slow speed planter, because if you go faster, your row singulation is not the greatest. Let's go out and go dig and see how we're doing. I needed a knife so I could open up chem jars, and this is all I got. But a wine bottle opener doesn't do that bad. Trying to move dirt around, so I'm just digging for seed. See how deep he is. Oh, and hey, who said anhydrous kills earthworms? They lying. Show me proof. I'm not seeing any seed. Oh, there's some. So that one's right there. I must have kicked it out. Yep, I did. There's another one. And Pat's just putting in that waterway real quick. I always suck at digging for seed. It's because he's also going into no-till. So he upped his pressure. Because we're going into no-till ground, it's a lot harder than ground you worked. Just quick little detour while he seeds. Yep, and anhydrous definitely kills the earthworms. Second hole I've dug, second hole I found with anhydrous. So I just dug a bunch of holes in the no-till ground as well as the work ground, and we're looking pretty good. Your spacing's a little too far on this one, but I could have kicked it when I was digging because I was digging this way. But you want your depth about 2 knuckles deep. It's roughly 2 inches, and that's about what we are. So I think this thing's good. And Pat's just about done. So I'm gonna go up and down this a couple more times. Make sure we got it nice and seeded. We want lots of roots growing in through here. And then I'm gonna head take this thing home. Trying to make me dizzy, that's all we're doing. Now in reality, we're trying to basically just get roots that aren't growing just straight up and down the hill. Because if we drilled it straight up and down the hill, it'd be much easier for stuff to wash out. Therefore, we're zigzagging. That's it. Let's go ahead and head back. I just realized I have Pat's phone. He might need that. So I got a little bit of time. Man, we're starting to get a little bit of rain. It's not gonna be much, but it'll be enough that might make things a little tacky, and hopefully it doesn't shut us down. Like I said, if it's gonna rain, I'll welcome it, but rain, don't just piddle fart around. Alrighty, let's head home. Take a nice hour and 5-minute long jaunt home. Man, they got a good amount of rain here in Springbrook. Concrete's wet. Man, Preston really got a little bit of a shower. Like I said, I don't think it'll amount to anything, but it definitely got the pavement wet. Would shed anybody in the fields down for a couple hours, if not the rest of the day. But hopefully up north we'll be able to keep rolling. Yeah, there's still dust getting kicked up by guys working ground, so yeah, everything's damp, but it's not too bad. But that's just a testament to how dry things were. Oh, no, 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 no. I just realized that I never shut the water off 4 hours ago. I bet I got probably 600 to 1,000 gallons of water on the ground. I might have really messed up. Uh-oh. Well, I'm perplexed. I don't see, well, it is definitely spilling water. I know that, because I can see it leaking down. Oh, yep, that's why, because it all pooled that way. Oh, good Lord. Wow, what a mess. What a mess. Oh, good Lord. What a stinking mess. I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Luckily, all the water kind of pooled over here. Let's see how far it went. I don't think it's gone to right here. I think we're all right. I might have only spilled like 300 to 400 gallons. Still a lot, but could have been a lot worse. Because it looks like it basically just spilled. This area is a swamp, drained right into there. So it could be worse, I suppose. Still not good on my part, because, oh good Lord. She's a swamp, but could be worse. Also ruined that box, but it's all right. Man, we're getting a nice rain right now. For one, the radar does not show this, but for two, this is just what the doctor ordered. A nice solid rain. It could be a little bit harder, honestly. Looks like the rain's just quitting. Here it lightening up. Curtis is gonna unhook the seed tender because he's gonna go pull the harrow back. Well, we got a good rain. Real good rain around here, and the best part is Pat's still going up north, and I think Nathan's still going down south. Let's call and find out. You still rolling, or did you quit? Oh, really? Cooled off after that. Like I said, good little rain shower. We'll take it. So Curtis went up north to go get that drag that's sitting up at our rented farm. I am going to grab a bite to eat from Grandma, and then I'm going to take this pickup up north, drop it off for Pat. My dad's going to give me a ride over the seed tender, and then I'm going to take that home and then probably call her a night. Why you all wet, kitty? Why you all wet? Oh yeah, it rained. Hi, Grandma. So before we leave, what do you guys think? Let's go do some digging and see if we see any germination with the earlier planted corn. What do you guys think? I'd say let's do it. Wasn't a huge rain, but we'll definitely take it because it definitely settled the dust down a little bit. Right here is our corn that we planted on the first day. We'll go dig on something I didn't run over with the sprayer. Right here seems pretty decent. I always hate digging for seeds. You can never find them. Cripes almighties. Sucker's just starting to germinate. See that right there? Just shooting the shoot out. Perfect. Awesome. So this stuff will probably be emerging with the heat we got forecasted and a little bit of rain. I bet by Monday we'll start seeing some stuff poking up. On the way up north to Bellevue, and it has not stopped raining at all, so we'll see if Pat's able to keep going. But he just finished up at Andrew. He texted me, so he's heading to Bellevue. Another farm checked off the list. Water's slowly retreating, but man, those deer are there every night. I don't know why. But yeah, that hopefully will turn into a field at some point in the next month. Man, we had a heck of a flood this year. That is for sure. Top two, second highest flood ever. It actually has receded 2 feet already. Look at that. You can kind of see where the water was. Nuts. Well, the right side of the rain quit. Yeah, we had a heck of a flood. See all that nice fresh rock on the railroad? They poured tons, if not hundreds of tons of rock on these tracks to make sure it wouldn't go away. Goodness. Well, so much for planting anything up in Bellevue tonight. Oh well. Looks like we get to go home early. Yeah, literally right as I got out of town, starts raining pretty good. Which again, we need the rain, not gonna curse it. Yep. Probably gonna get shut down. Especially because I look to the southeast, which is where this is coming from. It looks blue. So it's just enough rain to tick you off and shut you down. Not enough to really mount anything. Here comes Pat and the big old planter. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna swing over, turn around in the field, come there and back straight in, because we want to keep this planter not wet as much as possible. Or dry. Dry, not wet. That planter's a lot taller than I thought it was. Not gonna make it. It's gonna have to go in the shed. Well, wish us luck, because this is gonna be fun. The goal is to get the planter out of the rain. Just try to stuff in here as much as possible. Well, got her halfway in. Gave her a college try at least. Now I gotta run Pat to Andrew. We'll get the seed tender and then we'll head home. Just made it to the farm, to the Andrew farm. Pat literally just finished up when it started raining on him. We're all done for the night. Hopefully we'll be able to have a good day tomorrow before we're supposed to get a big chance of rain tomorrow night and a Sunday morning. So Pat wants to have a big day to try to get Bellevue done, which he needs it. I don't think we've ever gotten Bellevue done in one day, so it's gonna have to be a big day. I don't see it happening, but you guys just got to stay tuned to find out. But we are gonna putz our way back home. Headed home. Time to pack up, head home for the night. There we go. That's all that hold those boxes in. Good enough. Just got home. I hear my dog whining because I haven't seen her all day and she's been cooped up inside, and I felt really bad because I didn't take her with, because if I was doing, I was gonna be side by side. It would have been rough for her. Wouldn't have worked. So I'm gonna let you guys go so I can go play with my dude. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to the next one. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and ta-ta for now.